Good morning, YouTube. This is Anne with Real Life Concerns. I'm here this morning to talk about this universal credit that is a new form of benefit that is in the UK. So this universal credit, they stated that it is replacing the old benefits such as tax credit, child tax credit, working tax credit, employment and support allowance, job seekers allowance, and income support, just to name a few. There's others that it will take over as well. Now, it was unfortunate for myself that I ended on universal credit. I was only receiving child tax credit and working tax credit before this. In June of last year, I had an operation, and because of that, I ended up on this universal credit. So they stopped my child tax credit and my working tax credit, and now turned me over onto these new benefits, which they claim it is the best thing. It will be better for people to be on the universal credit. But let me tell you something. This statement is a lie. And this is what I experienced for myself, and this happened last week. This is how I get to know that that statement is a lie. And I'm not the only person that have been going through this kind of thing with this universal credit. There is thousands. So far, between universal credit and this PIP for disabled people, it had claimed over 68 lives. Those two benefits, universal credit and PIP for disabled people, has claimed over 68 lives already. Universal credit put people in a situation where they couldn't be able to even eat food. Okay, and this is my experience now. I'm going to tell you, this is no hear or read or anything. This is my own experience. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I submitted a change in circumstances with universal credit. I told them that my husband has now moved home. He's now living at home permanently, right? So being honest and adding him to my claim. Now, a week later, they sent me a statement to say, after all the checks and everything that they've gone through, and all the information that you already provided to them, we had to provide this information about 3 times over, right? So they sent us a statement to say, this is what you'll be getting from the universal credit for the month of February. Now, my husband moved in on the 13th, and I told them on the 14th. So for them, I thought they was going to calculate from even the 13th then. But no, they did not. They go all the way back to the 7th. The 7th of the month, and calculate it from there. Then they're saying that because we told them that my husband got his last pay from his last job on the 10th of February, they calculated that too, because they're going back from the 7th, not the 14th or even the 13th. They go all the way back from the 7th to include his pay that he had received. Now, when he moved into our home, he did not take that pay with him, because that pay was in arrears. Because here, when you work at least 2 weeks in arrears. With the company that he was working, he got paid monthly. So 2 weeks of that month pay was in arrears. So in fact, the figure that we gave them, they should have only used 2 weeks from there to calculate it, if they was going to do that, honestly. But they did not. Long story short, I called them and I said, what is this? Because I was in receipt of, I'm not going to hide this, because this is me. I was receiving £2,200 per month, right? 500 and something pounds for the children, 700 and something pounds for them being disabled, a disability element, right? And they were giving me 300 and something pounds for myself. Now, because my husband now, they had something to do with it and make it 400 and something pounds. Not even 500 pounds, they make it 400 and something pounds, right? Okay. On top of that, they gave me some carers allowance, because they added my carers allowance onto that as well, and so on, so on. Now, that added up to the 2,200 pounds. Because of the change in my circumstances, you know what they did? They take everything off. They take my husband last month's pay off it. And because I start my new job as well 2 weeks ago, they take that off it. For the 2 weeks pay that I received, because I only work 4 days within that 2 weeks, and I got like 500 and a little bit, and they took that off as well. Now, all we were left with was 500 and something pounds, 534 pounds to be precise, right? From 2,000 pounds, you take me down to 500 and something pounds because of your calculation. So I argue the point that I think I disagree with it and everything. And you know what? You have no chance of appealing. You have no chance of appealing their decision, because they're telling you that the government guideline says this and the government guideline says that. And with that, you are even refused to challenge their decision. They won't even allow you to challenge their decision. They're telling you outright that it is it, and there's nothing they're going to be able to do because the government guideline says this, and there's no changes. They won't make no changes. So it is pointless you doing you're challenging their decision. Okay, my problem is this universal credit is worst thing ever, because when you're in work, you used to receive child tax credit. If you're in work, you receive working tax credit. With that same tax credit, you would have received child element. And my child element I used to receive was a little bit higher than normal child element because of the 2 disabled boys. Now, universal credit take all of that. So there is no more help, support for your children in form of that kind of benefit, because they take it all back. So if you unfortunately find yourself on universal credit, brace yourself well. You understand? Brace yourself well, because you're in for a lot of disappointment, a lot of heartache, a lot of stress with this universal credit. Yeah? So I'm trying to warn you, if you're on the other benefit, please try to stay on them. I'm not saying that we should take advantage of this benefit system, because I was not taking advantage. I work my ass off. But it used to be better working my ass off because I get the extra little support. Which these people rather you not working at all and they support you. Yeah? This universal credit told me before, when my daughter was on break from uni, because you know in the summertime the university fund, what's it called again? Ooh, when I talk about this thing I'm so angry. The help that they get, can't come to my head right now. The help that they get, student finance, that's it. Student finance don't give them anything for the summer period. So when they finish uni during is it May into June, they don't get any support for that period of time until September again. So my daughter, she didn't realize that that was the case for last year. So for that period of time between May to September, she had no financial support. So she went on to Universal Credit. Universal Credit was giving her a little bit of money. I think it was it 200 and something pounds they were giving her per month? Yeah. And she took a little summer job for 2 weeks, 2 weeks she took the little summer job for. And these people take it off. The 2 weeks money that she had in the summer, they took it off and give her £4 something, because they're saying after they take off what she earned, she was left with £4 something. And I thought, this is insulting. This is they might as well keep that £4 odd, because I don't know what you can do with £4 odd. You can't even get on the bus with a day pass for £4 something, right? So they took that off and be done with it. That's what Universal Credit does. When I call Universal Credit about my daughter's situation, this woman is going to tell me, and this is what I'm saying to you, that Universal Credit is not for the people who try to work. Universal Credit tells me that it is my responsibility to look after my daughter. I said, yes, I know that. You don't need to tell me that. She's 20 years old. She's trying as a young adult to achieve something in life. And I believe that's what the government is there for, to support people trying to make something of themselves. The woman tell me no, it is not so. It is there for people who have children. If she had a child, this is what the woman said to me straight. If your daughter had a child, then we would have supported her more. We would have given her somewhere to live, and if she's not in work, then we'll pay for that. We'll give her some money that she can live on, and we'll give her something for the child. You hear all this? So all that money that they would have given to her if she had a child, she's not going to get not even a fraction of it, because she don't have a child. The government telling her that they're not helping her to pay for her accommodation, because you can't be in accommodation when you're free from when you're on your break from uni. So they said to her that they won't pay for her accommodation. They won't help her to pay for the accommodation. The best thing for her is to move back home. They're not going to pay for the accommodation. And at the same time, within that same breath, she's saying, but you're liable for council tax. Excuse me, where is she paying council tax for? If you just tell her that she can't live in the house that she was living in, because you're not going to help her to pay. She ain't got no money to pay, because at that point in time, I had to be paying all her bills. I said to the woman, it's financially hard for me, because I have to be paying her bills at this moment in time, because she did not realize that the student finance wouldn't cover the summer period, because she only started uni. Yeah, and I didn't look into the thing with her properly myself, and it is partly my fault too. But they did not do nothing. They said, oh, I said to her that she has her car insurance to pay, she have her car finance to pay, she have her mobile bills to pay, and she needs to eat and all these things. The woman says her having a car is a privilege. Her having a car is a privilege. Okay, so you don't want anybody, this government, I now come to realize that this government, conservative government, is only for the rich. It's not for small working class people. They take from us, the small working class people, and give it to the rich. The rich get tax break and all these things that we small people don't get. So we are here to struggle under this government. You see? And now is the time that a lot of people are finding out for themselves that this government lied. But you know what? You should have known from a long time that them a government here, all of them is a bag of, I ain't gonna even say. Yeah? And you put in the conservatives, who we know from a long time is not for small working class people. It's not even for those who is not even working, because they want to cut off all on benefits same way. The least little thing you do, they cut it off. I was sitting in the job center when a person came in. Obviously, you could see that this man has some form of disability. He had some form of disability, the way he was and all this. And you know what they said? The woman is asking him, why you come to the job center in your pajamas? You should have got up this morning and get washed and dressed and come to the job center. I'm gonna start to sanction you if you don't turn up for your appointments. If you don't turn up for your appointments to try and find you a job, I'm gonna start to sanction you. And carrying on, you won't have anything to get. This is what the woman is threatening the man with. And she can obviously see that this person has a form of disability. Because I could see it. I could see it. And I weren't the one who was dealing with him. But I find these people are working for the money. And they have no empathy. They have no sympathy. They don't care. They don't care about another human being other than their damn selves. And this is my finding. So, you're on universal credit. God help us all. If you're a single mom, you're going to find it even more difficult. Because it was difficult enough just by myself to juggle children, to juggle school, to juggle work and all these things. It was very difficult. Now my husband is here. It's a little bit easier in some respect, because he's there to support me and the children. Yeah. But universal credit, try your best to stay off it and stay on the one that you already on. If you have a change in circumstances, don't tell them. Let them find it out for themselves. Okay, they might want you to pay back money or penalize you or whatever, but so be it. Because you telling them the truth, it goes against you. Not for you, but against you. I said to the lady that you wanted me to tell a lie. And from now on, that's what I will do. I will not tell them no change in my circumstances ever. I'll let my thing carry on the way it is. Because right now, I can tell you for next month, I won't be getting any support at all. So for the tax credit that I used to get for my children, I won't be getting that anymore. Because for that's non-existent anymore. Yeah? No support for your children from universal credit anymore once you start to work. But me, I've always been a working person. And I work damn hard. And that's what I will continue to do. That's what I will continue to do. So UK government, you can go kiss my... Because I don't give a shit about you and the little money that you give. Because when I put myself out there to work, I work far more than what you can ever give me. Far more. So it is in my own interest and my best interest of myself and my family for me to go out there and work. And that I shall do. That is what I was always doing until I have my operation. So you can go kiss my UK government. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. And this is what I'm telling you, that you can go kiss my for the third time. And for that, people, I'm sorry that I'm like this morning, but it has to be said. I apologize to you who will be watching for the way that I am today. But just keep me in your prayers, and I'll do the same for you. And I hope you have a good day. And God bless us all. Thank you and goodbye.